Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Yes, and some of you have asked for the return of the Tam Tam. The reason I wasn't doing it is because it was driving the cats crazy. And, I feel sorry for them. They like to come down here and visit while I do these videos. They look out the windows. They have a nice time. And this would freak them out. But they're not here now, so we should be in good shape. Anyway, Prokofiev. This is some of the nifty Prokofiev operas that we have been marginally mentioning as we go through these videos. He really was a very fine composer. I mean, you have to make that case. Yes, we know that. He wrote some great things that everyone loves. But there's a lot that people don't know. And operas tend to be kind of local attractions for composers who are not known as opera guys. And some of these are wonderful, including The Fiery Angel. Ooh, this is hot stuff. It's an expressionist nightmare opera. It's early. It's only his Opus 37. It involves, it's about a woman who's possessed and a knight named Ruprecht who wants to save her. Her name is Renata. And he basically chases her all over Europe. There's a wonderful scene where they're sitting in a cafe, and at the table next to them having a snack are Faust and Mephistopheles. And she winds up going to a brothel, a monastery. No, I'm getting there. A place where nuns hang out. Thank you, a convent. She goes to a convent. And, the Inquisitor comes to exorcise the convent. They're all possessed by demons. And, it's just great. Anyway, I did see this production. This is the Kirov production, which they brought to the Metropolitan Opera House. And it was fun. It was really fun. It had this dance troupe in skin suits. It's this sort of writhing mass of demonic something or other. I don't know what it meant, but it really looked great on stage. The critics at the time said that the final scene looked sort of like demonic possession in a laundromat, which it did because they were, throwing sheets and pillowcases all over the place. But it doesn't matter. The music is extremely brilliant. It became the source of the Third Symphony. This production with Gergiev and Kirov is terrific. It stars Sergei Liferkus and Galina Gorchakova as Ruprecht and Renata. The part of Renata is impossible. My God, it's difficult. And then you've got this one on DG with Yarvi at the Gothenburg Symphony with Siegfried Lorenz and Nadine Secunda. They're both really good performances, exciting and fun to listen to, and we're so lucky to have them. Because I remember there was an early recording from like the 50s. It was the only version there was. I think Charles Brook was conducting, and it was in French. And, we really needed to have some serious attention given to Prokofiev's opera. And Gergiev deserves a lot of credit for doing that. Whatever else became of him. And then we've got this one, Betrothal in a Monastery, which is the Sheridan play, the duenna, the landlady. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful piece. And I enjoy this very much, actually. With Nikolai Gassiev, Alexander Gergolov, Anna Netrebko. Well, we remember her. And various other people with the Kirov things happening. So that's nice. That's good to have. And then last but not least, I have another version, because we saw Gergiev's in a previous video, of The Love for Three Oranges. This is fabulous. This is actually better. This is the Kent Nagano opera of Lyon. Love for Three Oranges, L'amour des trois oranges en français. And it's amazing. The opera is an absurdist treasure. It really is. This is one of the early Virgin recordings. I remember when this came out. I'd probably long gone or vanished or disappeared. It's such a pity. But, it's just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And it's good to hear it in its original French language. Yes, first recording of the original French version. Yeah, there you go. And it's got a terrific cast. Gabriel Bacquier, Jean-Luc Viala, Hélène Paraguin, Vincent Letexier, and other people like that. Catherine Dubosc, Jules Bastin. Nothing not to love. Absolutely wonderful. So then we've got some single thingies here, having done the operas. We've got Charles Munch doing Romeo and Juliet excerpts. Remember that? Along with Piano Concerto No. 2. Oh, yes, with Nicole Orleans Schweitzer. So that's exciting to have. I mean, his Prokofiev isn't the best known of all the Munch things, but it's very good, as you might expect. And even the second piano concerto is surprisingly fine. It's wonderful. This is the Japanese RCA Munch edition. See the Japanese thingies on the back there? There you go. Yeah, so that was something I always stuffed there. And then the Reiner Alexander Nevsky, which is terrific. It's very, very fine. I still think Abato is better, and Shippers and Yarvi, just for the battle on the ice. It's a little rigid here, just a little bit rigid. I mean, it needs to be more chaos than Reiner would normally allow. And the Cacciatorian Violin Concerto with Leonid Kogan, the Boston Symphony, and Pierre Monteux. But it's the Nevsky, which most people would go for in that particular case. And then, the Previn remakes on Telarc with the Los Angeles Phil of Nevsky and Kijé. These are really, really good. They're very well recorded. They're a little bit slower than his EMI versions with the London Symphony, but my goodness, they still play it awfully well, and it's very, very powerful. So I enjoy this disc, and I listen to it periodically. Prokofiev 5 and 7 with Previn and the LSO, excellent. The 5th is one of the great ones. It's just marvelous. The 7th is also excellent with the revised ending, which some people might object to. I don't think it makes much difference, to tell you the truth. And the sound is really, really good. So that was good, worth having. Symphonies 1 and 3 with Riccardo Muti and Philly. It's a knockout. Absolutely stunning. What is there to say? I mean, it's just totally fabulous. It's on Philips now, Decca. And the Symphony Cycle with Walter Weller and the London Phil and the London Symphony. Terribly underrated. Very musical, very well done, with a good 5th, a very good 6th. I mean, he doesn't really set a foot wrong. He's not the most dynamic. He's not as exciting as Yarvi, for example, in this same music. But for some reason, this got very little play when it first came out, and it deserved better because Weller is a fine musician, and this is a fine set. And with that, we are one away from the end of our Prokofiev random reviews from the Overflow Room survey. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me, and take care.